Hi, this is Roger Heskin. I'm talking to you today from a park near my house in South River, New Jersey. Today is October 16th, 2008, and it's about 3 p.m. And I'm going to turn the camera around for a second. I'm going to show you a picture of South River, which is actually quite nice, quite beautiful. And we're having like an Indian summer. I don't know, it's probably around 70 degrees. I'm in my shorts, as you can see there, I think, if I got the camera properly. Anyway, take a look here. It's very beautiful, especially with all the fall foliage and all the tall grasses, marshland kind of area. And the water is a little low. Normally the water would be well up where you're seeing wet sand here. Normally that would be all covered, mostly covered with water. So anyway, I wanted to talk to you guys about something, an interesting thought I had today. And I was thinking back to my days and struggling to succeed with eating the raw food diet. And one of the things that always sort of gave me a problem was this feeling, just this gnawing sort of feeling that eating this way is not right. It didn't somehow feel right. And what I mean by that is, when your whole life, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, however long you've been eating cooked food, you've been eating foods that have a certain kind of texture, a certain kind of feeling. And it's not even just the flavor, but it's just the thickness of it, or the, stick to your ribs kind of feeling. And when you don't have that feeling, when you're eating raw food, fruits, vegetables, limited quantities of nuts and seeds, but especially the fruits and the vegetables, they're very different kind of food. They're full of water, they're full of fiber, and they're not full of that heavy feeling. You don't get the same textures that you're used to in cooked food. So one of the things that happens with raw food preparation is people are always trying to make dishes that are similar in texture, in flavor, and in name, let's say, as to what you're used to eating, like cheeseburgers. You can actually get raw cheeseburgers or hamburgers. They call them garden burgers, whatever you want to call it, or lasagna. And I've had some good, some delicious raw lasagnas, and even pad thai. Raw pad thai, a Thai dish. And so there's so many different dishes, and people are always trying to make equivalents of a raw food to a cooked food. But think about this. If you were, your whole life, had been eating only raw fruits, vegetables, and some nuts and seeds, some fatty foods, and then all of a sudden you were introduced to cooked foods, in fact forced to eat cooked foods because there was nothing else available for some strange reason, or you're on a certain planet where they only have cooked foods, and you'd be thinking, okay, well, how can I make that hamburger, how can I make that taste like a banana? How can I make these cooked foods, how can I make that rice seem like apples? You'd be taking all these cooked foods and you're trying to, how can I make it feel like, this food or that food? So what I'm trying to tell you is that, or demonstrate to you, is that what feels normal or natural to you has a lot to do with what you're used to eating, and it may have nothing to do with what's actually correct or healthy for you. And to give you some more perspective, that since I've been eating 100% raw, I think maybe in the first 3 months it was more difficult, where I was thinking, I miss this food, I miss that food. And what I've found is that the longer I go 100% raw, and now it's been, for me, 100% raw, it's been about over 7 years. Not quite 7.5 years yet. And of course, I started going raw. My initial attempt started around 1995, 1996. Well, 1996 was a longer, more protracted attempt. And it was, very difficult at first, because it just felt so strange. It was so different. And, there must not be enough protein here. I don't feel the protein. And all your life, you're constantly brainwashed. Does it have protein in it? And they always talk about protein as being something so special. By the way, there's plenty of protein in the raw diet, even if you're eating fruits and vegetables, but that's for another discussion. So anyway, the thing is that the longer I've been 100% raw, the less I feel, oh, like this is wrong, like, you know, like I need bread or something, you know, like the texture of bread, or that I need meat, you know, something to, you know, bite into like that, or a steak. The longer you maintain a habit, or, you know, the longer you don't engage in a habit, like let's say eating cooked food, the less the pull is to eat the cooked food, the less that habit draws you in, okay? And so for me, these days, cooked food is not, you know, like the textures, the feeling, it's not attractive to me anymore. I don't constantly think about it. And it's natural for me to feel natural, to feel comfortable eating fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds, 100% raw foods. That feels natural. I don't often feel like I'm missing out on something, but sometimes a smell, I can smell something, and that will trigger memories. Oh, I used to eat this and that food. But the thing is, I'm so comfortable now eating raw, and these thoughts come up so little that it's really easy for me to stay raw and to feel comfortable that way. And so what I want to impart to you is that the longer you stay 100% raw, the more natural it starts feeling, the more right it starts feeling, okay? But it does take a while. It does take a while to change your thought patterns, and each person is different. It might have taken me a lot longer than some other people, and compared to other people, maybe I'm quicker. So each person is going to be different, but just realize that it gets better, it gets easier to do the longer you do it. All right, so this is Roger, wishing you a joyous day. I'm enjoying what little left of summer we have. It's already almost Halloween, but we're having an Indian summer over here. And I will talk to you soon, and have a wonderful day.